Are you tired of your baby busting out of their swaddle all the time? They're just like crazy little Houdini kickboxers. I have seen every kind of swaddle style there is, but there's only one way to swaddle where the baby does not bust out, and I'm gonna tell you about it right now. Hi everybody, I am Leesa. Welcome back to my channel where I tell true stories and give trusted advice about childbirth and all things postpartum. You want that baby to be in a swaddle that's almost like a straitjacket. That doesn't sound good, but that's kind of what it is. Swaddling them tightly prevents them from having the startle reflex, and that startle reflex is really what kind of jolts them awake. Suppressing this reflex does not do anything to hurt their development. So just the act of not having them have that startle reflex is really going to help them sleep more soundly and longer, and that means you will too. It provides these walls that the baby is looking for that reminds them of being in the womb. You ever see a newborn baby without being swaddled? Their limbs, their four extremities are just moving all over the place. They're just not used to moving so freely like that. And I think it kind of freaks them out. They want those walls of the womb. So once they get feeling embraced by the womb again, like, they relax. You do not want to swaddle too loosely, and this is for safety. Safe sleep is so very important. Very important during that first year. The risk of SIDS, sudden infant death syndrome, it can happen when babies have loose bedding around them. So you want to make sure that swaddle is nice and tight. If it isn't tight, the arms will come out, and with movement, it will naturally move that loose blanket up and over the face, and that can cause the baby to suffocate. Babies usually do not roll onto their tummy until they're about 4 months old, but the American Academy of Pediatrics highly recommends that you stop swaddling at about 2 months old, just in case they start to voluntarily turn onto their tummy sooner than the 4 months old, to prevent them going onto their tummy in a swaddle and suffocating. First pro tip of how to swaddle your baby without them busting out is to start with your blanket on a square, not a diamond. Just forget if anybody tells you a diamond, just don't even do the diamond, don't waste your time. You will put the blanket down on a square, and then you will lay your baby down to where the neck is at the top of the blanket. You will take one side of the blanket and you will pull it across the baby's chest and tuck it underneath their back, pretty snugly. The second step, you will put that other arm down, pull the other side across the chest pretty tightly, and kind of roll them over the side so you can put that blanket behind their back and then roll them back down on it. You want it to be tight and snug, but not so tight where you aren't able to put your fingers down between the chest and the blanket. You just don't want to constrict their breathing or their neck, so make sure that it's not too tight around their neck. And then finally, the third step, you never want to swaddle tightly around their legs when they are straight. You always want those legs, those knees flexed upwards, and it's very important because otherwise it can cause hip dysplasia, which is a dislocation in the hip joint. Take the two bottom corners of the square and you will lift them up. You can kind of wiggle that blanket a little bit so it helps your baby's feet and knees rise up, and then usually there's a little extra fabric, so you just want to fold that extra blanket down as much as you need to, and then you will take one side and you will wrap it snugly around the back of the baby, kind of lift them up and wrap it around their back, and then you'll do the same with the other side. All of the wraps that we have done have wrapped around the baby's back, so the baby's own weight is really what's holding this all together, and they do not break out of this. It also just makes it a super cute swaddle because they just end up looking like a little ball, and it just really serves for really cute newborn pictures. Well, I hope you found this video helpful. I have a lot of other helpful videos, so I would love if you subscribe to my channel. See you next time. Bye.